All right, welcome back to the Coach Mack Show. Coach, we had a big defensive win this past Friday night, 17-6 against Turner County. And you spoke last week about wanting to see the defense stepped up, and they did.
Yeah, defense was outstanding, especially our front. Our linebackers, our defensive line was outstanding. Toby Dasher, Michael Dasher, number 65, just another outstanding game. Led the team in tackles along with Drake Gillis. But, I really believe if you had a chance to watch us play and you just watch the nose guard, number 65, you're going to see probably one of the best defensive football players in our region. I really believe that. He is by far the best, in my opinion, the best defensive football player in this region. I really believe that. And our whole defense really stepped up. Our secondary is still a concern. The secondary is not playing as well as we'd like for them to play. Our linebackers are playing outstanding. Our defensive line's playing outstanding. Tevis Dasher at linebacker also had a great game.
Yeah.
One thing about the secondary, when I speak of that, I'm really right now speaking about our corners. Our cornerback play isn't the way we need it to be. It needs to be much better. But our free safety play, Scott Birchall had 3 interceptions.
Yeah, he did.
Scott's really out back there playing center field and does a great job at it. He's got 6 interceptions on the year. So Scott's done a great job at free safety. It's just the cornerback positions is right now that's keeping our defense from being just outstanding. I mean, it's really good now, but for them to be outstanding, they need better cornerback play.
Step up.
But really pleased with the job they did. They stepped up a couple drives. They gave up some yards, got them down by the goal line, but they managed to stand and they kept them out of the goal line. They had a shutout. They really did. It's our offense that gave them. They gave Turner County the 6 points. It really did. And the defense accounted. You look at, we had a punt return for a touchdown. Let's see, how did we also get the touchdown? Punt return, we kicked a field goal. And we had the other touchdown was an interception for a touchdown, a block punt.
Block punt,
exactly.
Another block punt.
That's right.
Second week straight.
Malik Brunson had a block punt for a touchdown. And you're right, 2 weeks in a row, block punts for touchdowns. So that was our points. Yeah. Our offense right now is really awful. I mean, no other way to put it. Our receivers just aren't catching the football. Our receivers just aren't running great routes right now. And that's what we do. We need our receivers to be at the very best for us to do the things we think we have to do to be successful. Again, we tried to run the ball some last week with no real success. The only thing we were able to do is I felt like the only thing we were able to do is just give the defense some rest and try to get field position for the defense. Trey Harrington punted the ball outstanding.
Oh, he did.
Great game.
He's averaging over 40 yards.
He really is, and I really think he's a college prospect just at punting the football, along with being a quarterback. Probably the best punter, I would think, in Class A, in my opinion. So, offense, that's the focus this week. Offense has got to get better. We've got to run great routes. We can't be so lazy in our route running. We've got to be tougher also in our route running. Our receivers just are not playing well. I think they have talent. It's just we need them to step up and play football.
Yeah.
They really do. And if we can do that, I think we can be a very good football team. But right now, the way our offense has played these last 2 weeks, if they had a good offense, was able to score on our defense, it'd be tough for us to beat them. It really would be.
Well, last Friday seemed like I referred to it on the sports page as just an old-fashioned slugfest. I mean,
it really was.
It was a game of field position and defense Friday night.
Exactly. There was no question we were going to punt the ball. I mean, every opportunity. That was the best part of our offense was punting the football to them. And Trey Harrington doing that, and our coverage. Julian Roberts and Malik Brunson covered the ball real well, along with Scott Birchall. So that worked out very well for us. In a game, you have a football game, 17-6. And absolutely no offensive touchdowns were scored. Neither offense broke the goal line. So for our offense, and we think of ourselves a little bit of a good tempo, wide open, fast break type of offense, and we score no points. That's a huge concern for us. We got to be better than that. We got to be better than that to expect to win any more football games.
I know we're riding the receivers and the offense pretty hard this evening. Do you give some of that credit, though, to the Turner's defense, to their game plan, or do you put that more on our guys?
I really don't. I mean, their defensive backs were good high school football players. We have to step it up. We really have got to step it up on the offensive side of the ball. No excuses. I mean, if you're going to be a good wide receiver, good coverage, shouldn't be an issue. You
Right.
beat good
It
coverage.
hits you in the hands.
Yeah, the ball's around you. We tell our guys when the ball crosses the line of scrimmage, you got to get it. I mean,
Right.
there's no excuse for that, and especially if you can touch it, you catch it.
Yeah.
That's what wide receivers do, and we've got to get better at that. And we're committed. We're committed to getting better at that.
Yeah.
We're committed to getting better than that, and that's 2 weeks. Poor wide receiver play, poor offensive play. We gave up the offensive line. I mean, the offensive line really kind of stunk it up also. I ain't going to put all the blame on the wide receivers, although they didn't play well, but the offensive line gave them too much pressure at the quarterback. We had some sacks. We've had sacks the last 2 weeks. And before that, we had two games where we just had shutouts. So that's really no sacks. So I'm really disappointed with the offense in general. We've got to get better.
All right, Coach. On the homecoming week this week, we've got Lanier County coming to town. I was looking at I cheated a little bit before the show, looking at their record. They're got one region win over Wilcox, 26-15, a common opponent. Mm-hmm. We took Wilcox down 51-19.
I believe it was.
Yeah, I believe it was. And the other one is Turner County, which beat Lanier 27-0.
Well, I try not to compare scores.
Okay.
People compare scores and say, well, the way it looks, we should beat them.
Right.
I don't believe
Well,
in that.
That's me, the fan.
Exactly right. I mean, but what we see on film, it's what we see as coaches on
Right.
film and how they can expose us, how they can actually hurt us offensively and defensively. They've got a lot of speed. They're a faster team than us. And that goes back to us. We're really not that fast to the football team. Our kids don't run like we've had kids in the past, maybe. Lanier County has better athletes than us. They're bigger on the offensive and defensive front than us.
All right.
They've special teams kind of so-so. Offense is good. Defense is good. So we've got to come out and play. We've got to take these guys as serious as we took Turner and Wilcox. No different. If we don't, we'll get beat. We will get beat Friday night if we don't come out and play at a higher level each and every week. We've got to actually play better than we did last week and the week before to beat Lanier. I really believe that. They have a new coach, and he's doing a fantastic job. Coordinator from Wayne County went down there. He's a guy that he's going to be a long-term coach there. He's going to turn that thing around, and you can just see that they have a great system, and those kids are being very well coached. So I'm really concerned about it, and if we don't play better, we'll get beat Friday.
Last year we talked about not playing better, and last year during homecoming week, you talked about the distractions and keeping the kids focused on the game. Is that an issue this year? Or are they?
Well, I can't remember what I said last year, but I've always been asked that, and I really don't worry about it. I mean, what can you do? I ain't gonna spend my time trying to isolate my kids. I encourage them to be part of it. Our seniors, this is their last homecoming they're ever going to have. I want them to enjoy it. Last night we had a talent show. I was a judge. I wanted all the football players there, and by the way, Charlton County has a lot of talent. We have some great singers. I felt like we were on The Voice there for a while and trying to judge these people. But I tell you what, we had a lot of talented kids at it and great turnout for it. And I want our kids to participate in everything. I really do. It doesn't bother me to the fact that I'm not all about isolating our kids, keeping them away from all the things going on. I want them to be part of it. I want them to enjoy it. But when we were done after that pep rally on Friday, when the pep rally's over, and we go to pregame meal, we got to get focused. And our kids are a pretty loose group during the week anyway, and that's usually the way we have to do it anyway. We get them in there and pregame meal, and we have our devotional with our team chaplains, and then we get focused and we get ready to play. And we've always played really well on homecoming night.
Oh, yeah.
So hopefully we play well this week.
All right, Coach. We'll take a short break here and come right back, and we'll talk about what you expect to see out of Lanier County.
Sure.
The Folkestone Pharmacy, your original hometown pharmacy for over 45 years, is a proud sponsor of Charlton Sportsnet broadcasts. Folkestone Pharmacy accepts insurance from most local employers, including the City of Folkestone, Charlton County, Babcock and Wilcox, AJM, Charlton Memorial Hospital, and many others. The Folkestone Pharmacy wishes the Indians best of luck this season. Okefenokee Rural Electric Membership Corporation offers more than dependable electrical energy at a competitive price. Quality service is provided by a friendly and professional staff trained to meet your every electrical power need, whether residential, commercial, or industrial. If you have any questions or need information, call us at 1-800-262-5131. Okefenokee REMC, owned by those we serve. A proud sponsor of this year's Indian football broadcast.
All right, welcome back to the Coach Mack Show. Coach, we've touched on Lanier County a little bit. What do you expect to see out of them defensively and offensively coming up Friday night?
Well, offensively, they run out of the shotgun formation. They will motion and will run jet sweeps. I tell you what, if you saw the Bradwell game, you're going to see real similar in the scheme that Bradwell ran Friday night. They are mostly a run football team, and we broke them down. We of course, with everything we put on computer breaks it down for us, spits us out all these statistics about where they're going to run the ball and all this. But they know that, we know that, so they may change that. So you never really know what you're going to get. But they are very fast in the backfield. They got a lot of speed at the running back position. Quarterback's a guy that can play above the play. He can extend the play if he needs to, and he's a running threat. So sometimes they'll have two backs and a quarterback. You got to play that as a three-back backfield because of the ability of the quarterback. But they'll give you a lot of different formations. Their offensive line is really big. I think we talked about Michael Dasher and how I think he's maybe the best defensive football player in this region.
Going to get a challenge this week?
He's going to go against a very large, very strong nose guard this week. So it's going to be interesting to see how that battle right there goes. That'd be worth watching just in itself. But we've got to play the pass better than we have, and they will throw the football. They'll go trip sets. They'll go twin sets. They'll motion. They'll motion two kinds of motion: a real flat motion and a little bit of arc motion. And the arc motion, we expect we expect a jet sweep out of it or a quarterback run right up the middle. And defensively, we feel like, and we're preparing for the same kind of defense we've gotten. You get this late in the year, you start seeing defenses playing you the way that other teams have succeeded against you, really. So we expect press coverage, and our wide receivers have to step it up and beat it. We expect probably a three-man rush. Although they're a big defensive line, I imagine they'll put some smaller, a lot faster guys in there. Probably all we'll see is just 11 defensive backs on the field for the most part. But again, we feel like that we've been working on the pass this week. We've also been working a lot harder on the run this week, doing some different things there. So hopefully we can mix that in. Special teams, I think they're solid on special teams. I think they're not bad by no means there. And again, they're extremely well coached. They're real well coached. And watching the Wilcox game, and again they beat Wilcox last week. And you beat Wilcox, I don't care if they're having a good year or a bad year, they're still very, very athletic. Yeah. And for you to beat them, that's saying a lot. They played with a lot of emotion, and our kids have to match their emotion. They got to match the desire to play in that game that they're going to have, because they're excited as well as should be. They've been going through one-year coaches here lately, and now they finally got a guy in there that I know is going to stay for a while. Real stability and a lot of good coaching going on over there. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough battle for us, and I think it'll be a four-quarter game, close ball game.
So the offense, you think we'll see it similar to what we saw last year when we went up there, or
no? I think a little bit similar. I really don't remember what they did last year. I think they were in a shotgun formation last year also. But again, these guys are so much better coached than they've been in a long time, and that's going to be a big key for them. But again, we really look at them, and we kind of they look like Bradwell to us. We have some of the same keys we had against Bradwell. We're going to play some of the things kind of similar that we did against Bradwell. So we just got to be ready to. Our defense we can't stand to have a lull in our defense. We have got to really
can't let them break one.
Yeah, we got to stay up at a high level on defense, and hopefully our offense get going behind it.
All right, Coach. Let's talk about the power rankings. I know last year it was something to behold with the power rankings. This year, our producer over there, Chris, he looked it up. We're number 3 right now.
And that's a great place to be. Anywhere in the top 8's where you want to be, because at least you'll get to host a first-round game. But the further you get up, the more likelihood you're going to play somebody you'd rather play, somebody that's kind of like us last year. And also, you've got a chance to not only host one, but host 2.
Right.
the higher up in the bracket you are. If you win your region, of course, that's our number one goal, is to win the region. If we were able to win the region,
then you're automatic, right?
Automatic top four in that thing right there. And then again, also the points can get you a little higher. But with us playing bigger schools and us beating a 5A school,
right?
Were they 5A, 6A, 5A, I believe, in Bradwell, I think that gives us a good opportunity to stay above 8 if we can continue to win. And that could be tough, because I think our region has really stepped up play from a year ago. Of course, we saw Telfair. Telfair whipped us up there pretty good. And Clinch County, I think, is much better than they were a year ago.
On the upswing from last year.
They really are. Kind of like us a little bit, but they got so much speed up there. They're really, and of course, playing over there at Don Tyson Stadium is tough.
That's going to be my first trip over there, but I've been hearing the stories.
It's a tough place to play, and it has nothing to do with the fans. And I know we're not supposed to talk about officials, but you will get some very interesting calls.
Home cooking.
You'll get some interesting calls over there. And that's the way it's always been. We understand that going in, so it's no problem. We'll just play the game. And again, with their speed and our lack of speed, that's going to be a tough ball game also. And then we finish the year with Irwin County, who I believe is number 1 in the power rankings. Irwin County is probably the best team in the state this year in single A.
They're on a tear right now.
They really are, and should have and could have beat Fitzgerald, which would have made them a perfect record. Right now, they tied them 20-20, but other than that, our region's really stepped up and play.
I know you don't. Me as the fan, I like to compare the scores, and you just brought up the 20-20. We were within a touchdown of Fitzgerald, so
that's right.
Puts us right there. I mean, if you go by that, I know you don't like to do that, Coach. This is Adam the fan talking.
And I've been head coach. Well, I think this is my 23rd year, 24th year. I don't even remember. Anyway. But I've seen situations to where, and it's really bad when your kids get into that. Your kids, you can't allow your players to think anything's going to be easy.
Right.
Nothing can be easy. It's got to be a real battle, and you got to prepare and focus. That's really what it's all about. We got to prepare all week, and then we got to be focused at the end.
Right.
And if we can do that, we got a chance. So that comparing scores thing,
I'll quit doing it.
Yeah, is not good for the kids. It's just not good for them. So.
I'll make the memo. Don't do that anymore.
But I understand why people do that, and I guess when it comes to me being a fan of college and pro football, I may do that there too, also. But as a coach, we got to be leery of that, because this is a game where it can go either way, and we got to be prepared.
All right, Coach. Anything going on this week as far as locker sales, plaques?
Locker sales. We've started selling lockers already. I've got a few in. We're going to hopefully get a brochure made up, and maybe even a little something on a website or something
we'll do that.
For the locker sale. But again, hopefully we can get it on film sometime. We have 75 brand new lockers at the cost of the quarterback club of $40,000. And one of the ways we're going to try to pay this off is to sell plaques about that big. And on it, it's going to say anything you want. It could say this locker is sponsored by so-and-so, in honor for so-and-so. It can say anything. It don't have to be anything to do with football. It can be like maybe the one I'm going to buy, I'm going to put on there, in honor of my 2 daughters, Darby and Hagen. So, and again, of course, they're not football players, but I mean, it don't have to be for football players. It can be for a former student, in memory of someone, anything. But I think it's it's going to be a really good thing. And we're starting to get it going, and we haven't even really got the brochures ready or anything like that. Hoping to get things going for this week, maybe for the festival, and get some things out there. And this week at school, the kids have been dressing up crazy all week.
I know, I've been seeing the pictures.
And then, like I said, I don't mind if our football players take part of that. They're part of the student body, and this is their week also. And Friday, we're going to finish off everything with a big pep rally. I believe it starts at 2 o'clock, and of course, people from the community are more than welcome to come to the pep rally and see the kids have a big time. And like I said, come pre-game meal, it's going to be time for us to get focused on the football game.
All right. Thursday, big game as far as Florida school coming up.
That's right. We had an opening with the rain out with Baker County, and so I've been looking, and I really wanted to try to get a home game during homecoming week, just to kind of add to it. We're here at a softball game, a region softball game, where our girls beat Clinch, and anytime you beat Clinch is a big deal.
Oh, yeah.
And then we got another softball game tomorrow night, and then we have B-team football on Thursday night. So we've got a lot going on around Charlton County this week, and that's why I really tried to get somebody to come, and I managed to get University Christian, who I believe is a state champion in varsity a year ago. So we really don't know what they're going to bring here. They may bring their varsity. They may bring some little guys. We don't know, but we're ready for either way. And so we're just glad to have another game here.
Way back in the 80s when my brother and I were in Baldwin, my brother was a linebacker for Baldwin. University Christian somehow got Willie McClendon to attend school there, and we were playing against him. So they have a history of good players.
Well, if you look at my first year as head coach, the coach previous to me made the schedule, and of course he put University Christian on it.
Oh, really?
And we managed to beat. I think we played them 4 times. I'd have to look at our program, has all that in it, but we beat University Christian, I believe, 4 times in a row.
Really?
And they went on to win state championship in Florida those years. So we feel pretty good about our past.
About
with
that
them.
history with the university.
But again, they might never know what they're going to roll in here Thursday. So hopefully have a big crowd Thursday, 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
5 o'clock at Indian Field, so hopefully have a big crowd over there.
And we're carrying that live, too. We'll have that game live also.
Very good.
All right, Coach. Well, we'll see you Thursday afternoon at 5 o'clock, and then Friday night for the big homecoming game against Lanier County.
That'd be great.
I appreciate it. We'll see y'all next week, or see you Friday night.